fly. Or as we call it, Gale 1 and Gale 2. But yeah, we really enjoyed the support, not only of Lou and Susan, but of Mary, not only for us, but in this entire city. I've been here since '87, and it's so exciting to see what's happening all over Cleveland and to have so much art. There's so much going on. Just tonight I could have gone 5 different places. So thanks to all of you for choosing to come here. I started off making textiles. I studied art in college. I don't have a degree in art, but I studied it. And I like to draw and always do those kind of things. But fiber art really spoke to me because it's tactile and it's relatable. You know, you might have a shirt, or a pair of pants or something. Everyone can relate to what's in their closet. And so I find through the years that although fiber art is often denigrated because it's mainly made by women, it's also very accessible. It's the truth. It has been true for a long time. How many quilts have you ever seen that the guy will change the oil on?
The night is young.
Bed quilt. But I also find that for people it's very accessible. I will often see people come up, you don't see people come up and touch paintings at a museum, but with fiber they always want a cup of feel and see, and they want to turn it over and see what's on the back and stuff. And I love that because nobody's afraid to get dressed in the morning and they go into their closet. So that was my beginning, and I built a big, strong career in the fiber arts. And then I realized about 20 years ago that it's all collage to me. It's just all collage. So I started incorporating paper and other things. Those pieces both have paper stitched into them and all kinds of other things in with the fiber. This piece has turtle bones on it and feathers, and I just like mixing it all up. And so it's kind of evolved into it's just collage to me, and it's multimedia, whatever I feel like making. And the way I work is I go into my studio. I've learned over the years that I keep a journal, and so I have learned to understand my own process over the years, my own anxiety that comes when I'm getting ready to start something new and I'm afraid I won't have an idea, to the point where I just go in and just start. I just go in and I start. I pick something up that appeals to me and I start. And then I just keep working at it. And the one thing for me is that I really have a hard time finishing a piece until I understand what it's about. But I never know what it's about when I start. I just start. So my work is pretty personal. The piece there was made from my father's World War II flag. I've used it in other pieces. A piece I made years ago called Unemployment Man. But this one is made in honor of my nephew, who was did 4 tours in the war and was wounded and is now dead. And I made that piece to honor his service, not just his service, but my sister's service, and the parents and the family and all of that, because there are very few people who have to sacrifice like that. Not even have to, it's a voluntary thing at this point. But when I see what's going on in my country, whether it's the immigration issues, the Me Too movement, and forgive me, the debacle of the president that we have now, that's my opinion, I feel compelled to speak out about it, even though the bulk of my work is not and has not been political. This piece is also, it's about Mitch McConnell telling Elizabeth Warren to sit down and shut up, which really ticked me off. So then I have pieces like this, these two that combine. This piece is called Still Standing. Again, it's just about being a woman. She's a little worse for the wear, which is how I feel at 60, and but I'm still there and I'm still fighting my way through. This is Queen Bee, which is about kind of a throwback, but it's also about, you know, that girl in school who was Miss Perfect and did everything right, and it's about the relationships that women have with each other, where there's the queen bee and the worker bee and the beauty bee and all of that, so that's all part of it. And the only other piece I'll point out briefly, which is in the front when you come in, just take a minute to have a look at it, if you will. It started off, I did a collaboration with my friend Claire Murray years ago. She did a project called the Handkerchief Project, and so we gave her a story, and then we collaborated on a piece. So if you lift up the flap, you'll see the original handkerchief that was about the story of my going to Morocco back in the 70s, all by myself. Scared the hell out of my parents. But it was this amazing trip that I took, and seeing women in burqas for the first time, and you know, I had hair down to here, and having people literally come to touch me off the boat like they had never seen someone like me before, and it was a real eye-opening experience for me. So now, when you look at the piece, you'll see that story, but it's also been converted into what I feel about when I think about these women sitting in refugee camps or detention centers with their children or separated from them. There are pieces from Tibet, from all over the world in that piece, and that's what it's about for me. So we're here, we're happy to answer any questions, either now or as we're wandering around.
Can I just ask for you guys, Gayle, could you just maybe just talk a little bit about some of the two pieces out there with the dollhouses?
Oh,
and what
yes.
those are about?
Oh, yeah.